continue with our class, A Woman's Guide to Practical Halachah. And we start with Sefer Shmiras Lashon. And this class is also going to be for Refuah Shlema, Yaron Ben Doris, Yehuditz Bas Sarah, Binyamin Ben Sarah. Okay, so let's start. So today's topic is a poor man's treasure. And it says, one second. It says what? One second. Okay. And it says a very noteworthy concept can be derived from the Talmud's teaching that the world exists in the measure of the Torah study of children, and that their study is superior to that of generations leading sages. This concept can be better understood with a parable. So we actually did it. When was it? I think it was on Thursday, right? We said that when two sages say, right, so the world is being sustained because of the study of Torah by the children, because their breath is not contaminated by the sin. And even the sages, great sages of their generation, I'm not sure what sins they did, but still, or maybe on their level, the children's Torah is more pure. Okay. A poor man, so here's a parable. A poor man found a very rare, precious gem, which was commonly found only in the crowns of the kings. This was a gem which could be used for a variety of very important purposes. A fact that it was in a poor man had no notion. One second, no notion. Okay. The king of the country asked the poor man to give him the gem, and in return rewarded him with a great wealth and a position of the prominence. Thus the poor man received great reward, not for what he knew, but what he possessed. It's very interesting. Okay. So let's see what the lesson they're going to write. So a poor man found a gem. So did he do anything for that? No. Right? It was not of like he did not do anything special, right? But because of what his possession, he got position and he got respect. Okay. So let's see. The Torah study is rare. Precious gem and young children who are unaware of the Torah awesome sanctity and the depths of its wisdom, are like the poor man who does not perceive the gem's true worth. Very interesting. Though they lack this understanding, nevertheless, they are personally sanctified and sustain the world through their study. Wow. This is because the awesome sanctity of the Torah is unchanging fact and is not dependent on any mental or other preparation on the part of the student. Whenever anyone studies Torah, he is naturally bound with its sanctity. Thus does the prophet alludes to the Torah study of the Torah when it says, "Whenever one speak of him, I remember him more and more. Therefore, my inner self yearns for him." Yirmiyahu 31:9-19. Let's do this piece one more time, and we're going to explain line by line. It's a lot of ideas here. So from the beginning, the Torah study, the Torah study is rare, right? So most people do not study Torah. Just so we know. Right, and even sometimes they would listen to some lecture. It's not actually studying unless they take this lecture apart and they take notes and they apply themselves. Like it's not study. Okay, so continue. The Torah study is rare. Okay, and most of the people don't even listen to the lectures or do not study books. Right, precious gem and the young children who is unaware of Torah awesome sanctity and the depth of the wisdom is like the poor man. So these these children who study Torah, do they do the job? Yes, absolutely. They study Torah. Do they understand everything that they study? Absolutely not. But they study and then they remember things, right? So they do possess the Torah knowledge. So they like this poor man who possesses something, but he does not know its worth, right? How do they know? Though they lack the understanding, nevertheless, the person is sanctified and sustain the world through their study. So, of course, they do not know the Torah study, like what effect it makes in Shamayim, and then the decrees passed down here to this world because of their study, because of their merits. Somebody, okay. No problem. Okay, so yes, but it does not change the fact, right, that they do study Torah, and they sanctify, and because of them, the whole world is sanctified and sustained. Continue. Could you please put yourself on mute? How would you just join, please? Use the microphone, unless you want to speak. Second. Could you please put yourself on mute? Whoever just joined. There is a button on. Okay, he dropped off. Sorry. Okay, no problem. This is because the awesome sanctity of the Torah is a changing fact, and it's not dependent on the mental or any mental or other preparation on the part of the student. Okay, so let's read it one more time and try to understand. We are going to break it in a few parts. This is because the awesome sanctity of the Torah is a changing fact. So we do understand, we do not understand, we have mood or we don't have mood to study. So the sanctity is there, okay? And it's a fact. So it's not like a person can do something about it, right? I mean, of course, you try to apply yourself, you try to understand as much as you can, but it's a different story. And it's not dependent on any mental or other preparation. Does not depend on any mental or other preparation, meaning that you just open the book. Of course, on your level that you would understand at least something. Don't go like something much above your head, but something like that you're capable of understanding. Okay, and you don't need any mental or other preparations on the part of the student. Whenever anyone studies Torah, he's naturally bound up with a sanctity. So Torah comes, brings the Torah study brings itself sanctity. So how to sanctify yourself? And one of my students, my dear student, so he heard from somebody else. I don't want to mention his name, about the fast, and it's going to help. And again, and we spoke many times about the fast and about you need to keep Shabbos and forget about the fast and stop with the sins, stop big sins. And unfortunately, right, people are looking for shortcuts because somebody said that's a shortcut. This guy that he listened to, he was saying, so okay, you can do the tikkun, right, some correction. And it's not so hard. So it must be in the winter, or you go in a place where it's snow, and you have to stay on the left side, then you turn on the right side, on your back, on this. It's like, or he said, but if you don't want, you can substitute by the money, right? They basically send me the money, which is in essence like what he says. It's not true. Right, there is that's the procedure, but he never mentioned that before you do the fast, you stop the sins. You understand? So it's very interesting, right? But I always tell everybody, so try to study Torah as much as you can, and this Torah does not matter. Like you would learn the laws of the offering. Right, offering in the temple, you say, what do I do? Like you would not understand. Or even whatever we read in the morning, this what is it? Ketoris, this frankincense, right? This formula. So even these things, whatever you read in your own language, you understand every word, and it makes you holy. It sanctifies you. How? That's Hashem's business. He said, when you learn my Torah, it's going to sanctify you. Is there any other way to sanctify yourself? The answer is no. Okay, continue. Thus does the prophet allude to the study of the Torah when it says, whenever I speak of him, I remember him more and more. Right? Whenever I speak of him, remember more and more. Therefore, my inner self yearns for him. Right? So it's Hashem said, my inner self yearns from him. For who? The person who is trying to learn what Hashem says. How do you know what Hashem thinks? So people, clowns say, how do you know what Hashem thought? It's very simple. Of course, you don't know like all of the thoughts, but the basic thoughts, his approach to our existence here, absolutely, it's very clear. Try to study Torah. Hashem is not hiding his thoughts, right? He says clearly whom he likes, whom he does not like. Continue. However, when the person defiles the power of speech by speaking which is forbidden, then the degree of the spiritual light which he draws from the study of the Torah diminishes. So as we said many times, when the instrument, so the main instrument is dull, or the main instrument in this case is contaminated. And what is the main instrument with what you study Torah? Is your mouth, right? So when we contaminate our mouth, that's what we do, right? The degree of spiritual light which draws the study of the Torah diminished. So a person still say the words, he's still trying to understand what it says, but the light is not the same. Because why? It's contaminated. It could be light, but it could be like covered with something. Continue. We can now better understand the sage's discussion cited above. Rav Papa asked Abai, what is our Torah study? Do not the sacred thoughts which are so essential to our study make it superior to the young children? So of course Rav Papa said, of course, okay, you will say children, they have pure mouth, but they do not understand many things that they do not understand. But our profound thoughts were very deep, very superior, should be very superior to the children. Oh yeah, they just say the words. Okay, pure mouth, but they just say the words. Abai responded, there is no comparison between the breath that is tainted by sin and the breath that is free of sin, meaning Loshen Hara. Meaning that the purity of the children's study overweights whatever it lacks. Outweighs whatever it lacks. So, and one of the explanations, so just to addition, so I mean somehow, I'm not sure how, but many commentators they skip the fact that children simply until the age let's say 12 for girls and 13 for boys, they're not responsible for the action. So it's not considered to be a sin. So are they discussing their classmates or some friends? Yeah, they do. So is it Loshen Hara? 100%. But it's not considered to me. Okay. But when a person is adult, so for sure it's considered to be a sin. Okay, we stop here. So we agreed to continue with our book, Women's Guide to Practical Halachah. And the reason being is that Pesach is upon us, coming very, very soon, and we need to learn some basic rules about Pesach. Okay. So yesterday, we start with preparation of kelim, right, of our utensil for Pesach. So we did, and we said the same way the taste, forbidden taste, or undesirable taste. It's not always forbidden. It could be undesirable taste went into the utensil through the heat, right? It has to come out. So meaning what? If it went through the medium of water, meaning it was a pot that you were cooking in there, whatever you were cooking, doesn't matter what. The same way the taste should come out, and we said for the water, for the utensils that were used with water, the procedure is called hagala, right? Meaning you have a big pot and you put it on a stove, you make it the water boiled, and then you dip into that whatever you need to kosher. and it could be not. It's possible that this utensil not only be like something that was used for not kosher food. Not only that, but for example, you had a regular pot, right, that you were using throughout the year, and then you said, you know what, I'm not using that much. Maybe I can make it kosher la Pesach, let's say. So there is no problem. You can convert it, and so it was always permitted substance in there, and you can convert it to be for Pesach through this Hagala. Okay. And we said the procedure is that you wash it well, and we said about rust. So today maybe we don't have this rust issue, but you wash it very well to remove all of the dirt, right? Okay, and then let it stand for 24 hours without any usage, and after that you can dip into this pot. The Kashering pot, of course, it should be boiling. And we said if it stopped boiling, for example, if you do many utensils, and Baruch Hashem, we had the merit to help other people to kosher their kitchens, and it's not that hard. It's not. I mean, it's not. But whatever, just take some knowledge, and that's it. And some people we just explain what to do. They naturally smart people. They did it themselves. It's not such a big deal. Okay. And after that you have to rinse in the cold water, right? And it's proper to actually to dip it in the mikveh as well. Okay, I mean the utensil that should go to the mikveh. Not everything should go to the mikveh, but whatever the metal utensil that must go to the mikveh, that's what we do. Okay, after this washing with cold water. Okay, so and after that, so no problem, you can use. And the same procedure, as we said, we can apply if we want to convert. For example, if we have too many meat pots, and we like the different sizes, and we need so much, and we don't have enough for a daily. So no problem. You do the same. You kosher this meat pot, and you can use it for daily. There is no problem. Okay. No problem. Okay. So it's for the Pesach or for everyday use, same procedure. So now we go into the next Kashering procedure, which is called Libun. And Libun, we said it's when this utensil was used with fire. And the example that we gave yesterday is a grill for your barbecue, right? Or we're going to say even some frying pans that we would use without oil or with very little oil. So libun. Okay. As mentioned, any utensil used without liquid requires libun. Okay. This is accomplished by directly exposing the utensil to a fire until it reaches the very high temperature. This can be dangerous and if not done by expert. Okay, so that's as we said, dangerous, and if somebody is interested, I'm in this group that this Jewish guy, so he found all of the good deals on the internet, and said like diapers, like kitchen utensils, tickets to Israel, like like tickets in America, like I don't know, all these like deals, good deals. So today he sent a deal from a Walmart, and some like brand name, 20 pieces, all of the pots and frying pans and this other like spoons, and 20 pieces, $79, $80, including shipping. How can you go wrong? Like it's all that you would need for the whole Pesach, $80. You understand? That's simply cheap. Okay, it's on sale, but very interesting. So you don't. So as you said many times, this warming up this frying pan until it becomes red, it's simply dangerous, right? However, this method is used when kashering in an oven, so that's a different story. So okay. Oven, I mean, you don't have a choice. If you want to use your oven for baking, and usually it makes sense, right? If you want to bake cakes in there, or you want to bake whatever, roast something in there. Okay, so you would have to kosher. However, this method used for kosher in an oven, some poskim maintain that this can be accomplished only by running oven through the self-cleaning cycle, which reaches approximately 950 degrees of Fahrenheit. Others feel that this is it is sufficient to have the oven reach the temperature that is the highest it's capable of in a normal use, which is approximately 550 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so if you have more modern ovens, modern, I mean that one maybe in the past maybe 15-20 years, I think. So they more advanced models came with the self-cleaning. So you just press self-clean. Just make sure that you open all the windows, because it's going to smell. Doesn't matter. Like, of course you wash it with a dishwasher, with chemicals, whatever you use, but it's going to smell very bad. Okay, just be prepared. So you can go to the self cleaning cycle, or somebody have a simpler models, like they, I don't know, for whatever reason, there is no problem. So you just go to the maximum, which is here he said 550 degrees, whatever is maximum for your oven. It doesn't matter, whatever is maximum for you. The oven should stay at that temperature for a short while. Waiting 24 hours is not required before kashering with this method, because why is not? I'm not sure why he's saying. Okay, two things I'm not sure, but we're going to explain the way I learned it, right? So we said actually short while. I'm not sure why he's saying that. So our poskim say let's like minimum like 45 minutes at least, 45 minutes to an hour to burn everything. Is it going to burn? Yes. But not a short while, for sure not. Okay, waiting for 24 hours is not required before the kashering with this method. So the explanation for this 24 hours is not required, as we said, but for kashering, for example, through our pots, right, is required, because we said the taste that it was absorbed into the world spoiled. So technically, don't try it at home, but we're going to learn in our Thursday class. So if after the fact, so if somebody use a utensil, right, a pot, and they it was not used for 24 hours, and they cooked something from different tastes, so after the fact we said you can eat it, there is no problem. Why? Because the taste was there and it was spoiled, and of course you washed with dishwasher, so it's not there is no problem, like after the fact. Of course we don't do it, but that's what Rabbi is going to tell you, if he knows. Okay, so here, since everything is going to burn, like everything would burn anyway, this 550 degrees or self-cleaning cycle, so there is no need to wait this 24 hours. Continue. Under normal circumstances, so let's let's go with 45 minutes. 45 minutes, that's good. Or if you don't have self-cleaning cycle, if you self-clean, whatever, you just press the button and it. But it also takes minimum half an hour, I think. At least, okay. I think it's half an hour at least. I mean, okay. Depends on the model, but that's it. Okay, continue. Under normal circumstances, one should not kosher her utensil from meat to dairy and vice versa. In other words, if one did not mistakenly use the utensil improperly, meat or milk, or vice versa, but one simply wants to make her meat oven into dairy for convenience purposes, this should not be done. This is because one can easily forget whether utensil is presently in a state of meat or dairy. So let's stop here and understand. So it's very, very interesting. as we said before, technically you can do it, but practically don't do it. So unless you made a mistake, and as one of the examples that we brought, it was somebody was mixing stirring the soup, like a meat soup with your daily spoon. Okay, so accident happened, so you must kosher the spoon. There is no problem, right? You have to kosher. But some people switch to one to another, don't do it. And plus, so technically, we don't do it, but technically, if you run this self-cleaning cycle, right in your oven, so you can use it for one day, even in the morning, you use it for meat, and then you kosher it right through the self-cleaning cycle, and then you use it for daily. Technically, you can do it, but they say don't. Because why? He explained beautifully, because one day you're going to forget. What is it? It's meat or daily? And you're going to do something that is forbidden. But technically, we can do. And same is utensils. So as an example that I gave. So if you decided that you want to convert something that was used for meat, that and from now on, it's not one time. From now on, you want to use for daily, there is no problem. So you kosher, and that's it, one time, and that's it. But otherwise, don't do it. But with this $80 for 20 pieces, that's not a smart person who would do this Kashering. It's time and it's dangerous. Okay. However, if utensil was Kashered for Pesach, for not Chametz use, one may decide to henceforth use it for category opposite to what it was before Pesach. One more time, and we're going to explain. However, if utensil was Kashered for Pesach, for non-Chametz use, for example, it was a pot, right, and it was used for whatever, for let's say paref, right, and now of course you have to, and you want to convert this pot into the Pesach pot, meaning non-Chametz. One may decide to henceforth use it for a category opposite of what was before Pesach. Okay. So after the Pesach, you can use it for whatever you want, right? So there is no problem. Okay. And as we said yesterday, that's what our grandmothers, great-grandmothers from until Moshe Rabbeinu, the people who were very poor, and they would kosher everything, all of the utensils. Like only very rich people would have that separate sets. But today, like especially you living in a Western society, it's not worth it. Continue. The grates on the top stove may be koshered by being inside the oven while the oven is koshered. Alternatively, the flame can be turned on for 10 minutes while the grates are on the flames. Some cover grates with a blech while doing so. Care should be taken when using this method not to light all the flames at the same time. Aside from the potential danger, it might cause the damage. Okay, so let's try to understand. So I told to one person not to do it, and I told him the right methods, exactly as it says here, because that's like whatever our rabbi said, like a long time ago, that they thought about all of the possibilities. So of course you need to kosher these grades. And why do you need to kosher them? Because for sure, it doesn't matter how accurate you are, like you would have spills, and these spills are going to go into these grates, and they're going to stay, even though if you wash them, I mean, it's not such an easy thing to wash them. So that's proper thing, even though they do not touch food. Nobody said it's going to touch food, but the proper way to put them inside of this oven when you kosher, and that's proper way. So one genius. So, but I also said, so as it says here, it is possible. So if you want, you in situation. I give you the situation. If somebody does not want to use the oven for Pesach, I mean, you're not obligated to use oven if you like cook on top on a stove. there is no problem. So if you don't need the oven, so you just wash it with all the chemicals, with whatever you use, and then that's it, right? So like with cleaners, whatever, that's enough. You don't have to kosher. So, but in this case, the grates you would need to kosher, and just turn on a high of each each burner, but don't do this simultaneously. I always suggest people to do it like on closer to the room, further from the back panel. So of course, I don't remember when it happened, like many years ago. One of the students said like to himself, let's save time. So he said, Rabbi say do two in a time. Okay, maybe he knows, maybe I know better. Maybe he, okay. And they did four burners in the same time on all of the complete heat. And guess what happened? The back panel, all the electronics, they melted completely. Even though it was designed to withstand the temperature. I mean, when we say something, maybe we know what we're talking about. You understand? So they, of course, they were trying to apply for a warranty, but no warranty is going to cover for this misuse, and it was an expensive stove, unfortunately, right? So don't try it at home. If you're going to use oven, put the grates in the oven. That's it, done. If you're not going to put not going to use oven, okay, you can kosher the top. How you turn this what is it, the flame on a high, and that's it. That's how you kosher. Okay, continue that. Okay, so again, try not to kosher this this what is it, this frying pan, and I said many times to students, and the guy said, Rabbi, I kosher everything. I said, you what new things? We spoke only a few days ago. Did you go to the store? He said, no, Chabadnik came. What this clown Chabadnik came? He took a torch and did like this on the frying pans from one side from another. It said it's kosher. You understand? So all of the books say they have to be like white red, white or red from the fire. This guy did a little with the torch. He said, no, that's good. It's good. You understand? Okay, so continue. Okay, and he said it's free, so the source is free, but please give us tzedakah. So the guy paid, and he was so annoyed. So the guy paid him. He told me, I don't know if it's true. He paid him like $250. $250. I told him you could have bought the new pots for $250. Right? Very interesting. Kashering sinks. Okay. A sink made of metal or stainless steel may be kashered for the Pesach. Okay. One must clean it well. So some people they buy this insert in a sink, and in some sink you maybe you do need the insert in. I mean we're going to see like what kind of sink. So it's basically plastic, and they're a specific size, like a standard size, like in all of the stores where I live, they sell it before they pay. So they charge for this thing. You can buy the brand new stainless sink for the money that they charge for this plastic insert. It's unbelievable, right? Because people, they don't know the laws. It's very simple. We're going to see how Kasher. It's very simple. A sink made of metal, right? At least most of them, or stainless steel may be kasher for Pesach. One must clean it well, right? Of course, clean it well. Wait 24 hours. Wait for 24 hours. So so all of these kashering tactics that they approach, they have to be like thought out before. Like we stop using sink. For example, my wife told me, so after we have to wash dishes, so we don't have the dishwasher, so we wash manually, the old way. So many guests come and say, well, where's the dishwasher? I say, I'm dishwasher, or what is dishwasher? So we wash the. She told me that we have to wash all of the dishes after Shabbos on muktzeh Shabbos, so it could stay for 24 hours. 24 hours meaning Sunday night, and only Sunday night, so she can start kashering the things. Okay. Or Monday, well, because the time is running out, because you have to start preparing, cook for Pesach. You have to start cooking, and this year you have to cook for 3 days, right? It's Thursday, Friday, and Shabbos, 3 days. So it's a lot of cooking. So you cannot start cooking, do anything if your sink is not ready. So you cannot do it on Wednesday morning discussion. It's not going to work out for you very well. You understand? So you have to prepare before. Okay. So one more time. One must clean it well. Wait for 24 hours. Make sure the sink is completely dry. Okay. So we usually cover, put towels on a faucet, so everybody in the house nobody's going to touch it. We wash our dishes. We usually after Kashering we use disposable dishes, so don't drive our house crazy. So try to use as a sink, but not in the kitchen. Okay. So it must dry completely. Okay, it will. And pour boiling water from the top. From the pot on each spot. When pouring the water into the sink, one should start from the bottom, working its way upward in a spiral motion. Otherwise, the water will roll down and cool off the incoming water. Okay. So one more time. So you have your teapot or something, right? Kettle. And you start from the bottom, and you up, right? So going up all the time. And sometimes you need depends how many sinks you need. So you can even do partially. But if you have bigger kettle, they go in liters, I think, 2 liters, 2.5 liters, it should be more than enough. It's 4 or 5 cups, right? So it depends. It should be enough to kasher the whole sink. Okay. One more time. One should start from the bottom, working its way upward in a spiral motion, right, like this. Otherwise, the water will roll down and cool the incoming water. Okay. Right, so incoming water. So if you start from the top, the water is going to cool down. Okay. To clean and kosher the faucets while the water is running at the hottest temperature, pour boiling water on them. That's it. So that's your kosher, your faucet is clean. An instant hot water dispenser should be kosher in the same manner. That's it. You just pour over. And of course, sometimes some hot water is going to go on the counter. So just be ready. So don't. That does not say here, but that's what we do. So you have towels ready, paper towels. You just collect the water, and that's it. That's you do it once, you learn from your mistakes, and that's it, right? But have the towels ready, basically. Continue. Many have a custom to use sink insert during the entire Pesach. Okay, so as I said, they're very bulky, and since they're not exactly your size, of course it could be your size, but they're approximate sizes, so your sink is going to be much smaller than the original because of the insert. Okay. Continue. Any questions on what we said before we continue? Sorry, I forgot to ask. On the Kashering, so far we did utensils and we did sinks. Any questions? Okay. Okay, then continue. Now we're going to countertops. So okay. So we said that's the procedure with the metal things. Kasher the countertops. Certain countertops may be kosher for Pesach, depending on the material. Formica and wood should not be kashered, but the stone, granite, and marble may be. The kashering process for the countertops is difficult and somewhat dangerous, as stone must be heated. Stone must be heated on the flame until it's red hot, and then held with a tongue over the boiling water. Is poured into the counter, heating the stone as well. The hot water must heat directly every spot of the counter. Needless to say, since this is dealing with the very hot water, much caution should be used. So of course, and with all of this, so make sure you're not in your slippers when you do it. Make sure that you're in serious shoes, right, or even boots, because it's boiling water and it can splash. So it's dangerous thing. So what he's saying here, it's actually more stricter view, and I'm going to explain. Somehow he did not use these methods of like heating up the stone with a kashering utensil, even though in Shulchan Aruch that's what it says. But he used it here with a counter. I would say it's not really necessary, and now I'm going to explain myself. Because this counter, nobody ever put something hot to the counter, right? So even though, for example, some women are using counter to make the dough, and they need the dough directly on the counter, right? So there is no problem, but everything was cold. So for cold, technically, if you use the cleaner, all of these chemicals, for sure they kill the taste. For sure, guaranteed. They kill the taste, and even if you do the simple hot water, like it stop boiling, and you pour, that's more than enough. Okay, what he suggests, of course, it's I'm not sure why he's saying that in this part, because it was supposed to be done in as we explained in Hagala, when you use when you kosher utensil that where we use the hot water. I understand that you need not only boiling water, but even hotter than boiling water. But it was used for cooking. Here, like countertop, nobody eats from a countertop, and even somebody puts a piece of bread on countertop, or tomato or apple. I mean, there's no transfer of taste, as we learned in our classes of kosher kitchen. So I would say, to be on the safe side, it's enough to just do with the boiling water, no problem. And again, please remember, it's serious business. It's hot water, very hot. So use proper protection, proper gloves, line. Don't use the simple dishwashing gloves, because they might melt from this temperature, right? So use the gloves, also the silicone gloves that you can take this stuff from the oven, right? And of course, use the proper shoes, and don't do it for men, or don't do with short sleeve for sure. Make sure that you dress properly, so you're not going to burn yourself. Dangerous things. I mean, dangerous, but if you do it accurately, it does not take very long time, and it's perfect. Some clowns they cover this with aluminum foil. Like, it's craziness. Just learn how to do it right properly, and that's it. You don't need to do all this craziness. Okay, continue. Many have a practice to simply cover the counter with a plastic, okay, or some material designated for Pesach use. Okay, so if you want to do that, plastic. I'm not sure how thick this plastic should be, because it's a regular plastic. If you put regular, maybe like tablecloth, whatever this plastic one, the stronger type. Okay, that's also would suffice. No problem. You can do that as well. Okay. This can be accomplished by putting them onto the one second. Okay, sorry. Practice cover the plastic or some other material designated for Pesach use. I'm not sure whether other material, but some, as I said, some people put aluminum foil. It's absolutely not necessary and looks stupid. Unless you have some counters that are impossible to clean. That's a different story. Okay. Stove grates used for chametz that will be used for Pesach should be kashered. I'm not sure why we already discussed them. Okay. This can be accomplished by putting them into self-cleaning oven while it is on a self-cleaning cycle, or by heating them on a flame until they reach the temperature at which a spring placed on them would burn. Okay. This is only necessary for Pesach, but it's not necessary kashering grates between meat and dairy, because why we don't eat from these grates. Okay, so we actually discussed it before, so I'm not going to repeat whatever we said. It's exactly what we said before. So it's proper to do in oven, but okay, continue. The burners should be cleaned as well, of course. I mean, you take the top part off. I mean, it's easily removable, right? The drip pans should be clean as well and covered with foil. That's that's the proper way. So you can buy the pre-cut things for for this drip pans, or just do it yourself. Just cover them with aluminum foil and just that's it. That's good enough. Of course, wash them and then cover. That's our custom. Okay. Many have a practice to purchase the second set of stove stuffs parts designated for Pesach use. Okay, so just so you know, this the stove grate is going to cost you like maybe 40% of what you pay for the stove itself. Just so you know. Okay, but if somebody wants and they have, okay, of course it would be the best to buy these stove grates. Continue. Refrigerator, freezer, cabinets, and pantries. Cold liquid can be absorbed if they sit in a utensil for 24 hours. And the utensils would need to be kashered. Cold liquid can be absorbed. Okay. Otherwise, any area that is used for cold does not need to be kashered. It should be thoroughly cleaned and covered. Such is the practice in regard to refrigerator and the freezers, as well as the cabinets and pantries. Any area that has holes and grooves should be cleaned as well as possible and carefully inspected. So let's so all of these cabinets. So if you're not going to use them, for example, they have all the dishes that are not kosher for Pesach. So so just of course they take everything out, make sure there is no chametz. If you want to wipe out, don't do like people do all this clean. That's extra. It's not necessary. So if there is no chametz, it's no visible chametz. That's it. So you can wipe to clean once a year. There is no problem, but don't spend too much time. And with the refrigerator, just wash them. Just wash them with all of the cleaners, whatever they recommend to use for refrigerators, and that's it. So they say cover. There is no need to cover. You want to cover, you can cover. There is no problem. But there is no actually need because you actually wash them. Okay. Cabinet, freezers, refrigerator, freezers, same thing. Just wash them quickly and put everything back. No problem. All of the, back meaning what is it? The shelves. Cabinets, same. Like unless you have some spilled cereal or some spilled flour, okay, of course you have to clean it up, but otherwise don't spend too much time if you have only spices in that cabinet. So there is no much to clean. If you want to clean, but don't say it was for Pesach. It was because you wanted to clean, right? Pantries, of course, the same. Okay, if you had, for example, you have a cabinet, you have only pantries, pantry closet for what is it, for canned food. There is no chametz whatsoever in there. You understand? So don't go crazy. You wanna wipe like clean, like with a damp paper towel. There is no problem. But you're not obligated to wash all of the walls. Vacuum cleaner. One should not forget to empty the vacuum cleaner before Pesach. This should preferably be one of the last step done before Biur Chametz. Okay, so vacuum cleaner. Of course, you have to clean. Why? Because most likely when you are vacuuming before, right, before the Pesach, there's some crumbs in there. Of course, you beetled them. Meaning, we're going to see in our Seder the procedure how you renounce all of the chametz that you have. You said even if I have, it's nothing for me. It's not like does not exist. It's like a dust. So technically, even if you forget to clean the vacuum bag, there is no problem. But it's proper to clean it. Okay. Continue. Utensils that should not be kashered. Any utensil that come into continual contact with the flour or dough should not be kashered for Pesach. They should be cleaned to the best of one's ability and put away with the chametz dishes. That's it. So chametz dishes, you don't have to wash these dishes like especially. And some people, some clowns, they sell, in contract, they say we sell dishes to non-Jews. So we sell chametz to non-Jew. But if you if you genius, such a genius, you put, I sold my dishes to non-Jew. So now they actually belong to him throughout the whole Pesach. So if you want to acquire them, you have to dip them in the mikveh. Everything. So we don't do that. And some clowns also put, I sell the dirt to the non-Jew. I sell them chametz, I sell them cookie and flour, whatever is left, and dirt in the dishes. We don't do that. Okay. So let me check time in a second. Okay. Any questions on what we said or we did not say? So I think we leave it for tomorrow. So tomorrow, Beezrat Hashem, I'm planning to do another class, and I think until of the week it's a lot of material, so let's do until of the week we're going to do this preparation of Pesach. Okay. Any questions or no? Okay, go ahead, please.
There were two questions, I think, in the chat. One from Justin.
Okay.
So I'm opening this. I think it was had to do with rice. But the first I have here is: are we allowed to make a doctor appointments during the Omer?
Oh, okay. I remember I saw that. Okay, thank you very much. So during the Sfira Omer, and we're going to learn more in details. But before we get to that, starting the second night of Pesach, so first night, second night, we start counting Omer, and we count seven weeks, right? For 49 days, and 50th day is going to be Shavuos, right? So during the first 33 days, during the first 33 days, so we don't do some, we observe some laws of mourning. Mourning may mean that we don't listen to the music, we don't take a haircut. So I'm warning you now. So if you need a haircut, do it now before the Pesach starts. because for the next 32 or 3 days, so we're not allowed to take the haircuts, and men do not shave. Whoever shave, you do not shave. And we don't do weddings. We don't go to like in trips to like of course no music and some other things, but doctor's appointments, of course, it's not for fun. Nobody to go is going to visit a doctor because he has like I don't know, says like maybe because it's for entertainment. Usually it's because you must go, you need to go. So that's a different story. There is no problem making doctor appointments, right? But before we continue, there are 3 traditions or customs. I would say customs. Whatever we do for Pesach, for Omer, these 33 days, right? The most popular custom is from a second night of Pesach until the 33rd day. So 33rd day, Lag BaOmer. Lag it means 33. So until the Lag BaOmer, so we observe this custom of mourning, and after that we go like a normal life. Other tradition, they actually start with after Rosh Chodesh Iyar. So, and after Rosh Chodesh and from Rosh Chodesh Iyar, so they count 33 days. It's close to the Shavuos, but there is some Hasidim. So they say, since we do not know what actually the days are, so they actually keep everything. So I think, if I remember correctly, on 33rd days they can take the haircut, and they do all of these things, whatever they need to do. Weddings, I'm not sure. Maybe weddings also. I'm not sure. I don't want to say. And after that, they continue almost till the Shavuos. And our poskim say you actually can all alternate. So if you, for example, for whatever reason, you forgot to take a haircut, right? And you want to take a haircut, there is no problem. So you can go with second tradition. Started with like after Pesach, but starting with Rosh Chodesh Iyar. There is no problem. So there is not like you chose one custom and you must stick to it. It's not in this case. In this case, you can alternate from year to year, right? But the problem would be if, for example, if somebody invites you to a wedding, for example, and according to them, let's say they started from the second night of Pesach, right? According to them, this mourning period is over, but according to you, it's for another 2 weeks, for example. Okay, so it's not so simple. Are you allowed to go? Not allowed to go? You have to listen? Are you allowed to listen to the music or not? That's a different story. But there is no problem to follow any custom. Okay, go ahead. Any other questions?
Is it mandatory to count these Omer days?
Okay, all right. That's a good question. It's actually we're going to cover in this book, but to summarize, it's a very interesting question. For men, yes. For women, since it's connected to time, I would say most poskim say no, but for men, yes. And there is a dispute in our poskim. Is it one mitzvah, one big mitzvah to count these 49 days, or it's a separate mitzvah of to count each day separately, right? And what's the difference? It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. Meaning, if you, for example, the proper way to count with the first opportunities. The first opportunity when the star came out, or some people count a little early. Okay, proper time. I'm talking about proper time. According to all opinions, stars came out. Nightfall, you count the Omer, and that's it. But sometimes people forget, or they fall asleep, or whatever, and they do not count during the whole night, right? So they must count during the day. And now it depends on the opinion. So if you say that every day is a separate mitzvah, so meaning what? That the next day you can continue count with a blessing. But according to the second opinion, no. Since you missed it, missed one day, so it's like the mitzvah is broken. So of course you continue count, but without the blessing. That's the difference. But majority, I think it's I never looked into too deep, but I think majority would go like every day separate mitzvah. So even you spend you missed a day. If you miss the day completely, so that's it, right? So you don't count with a blessing. But if you say during the day, but without you say but without blessing, at night you can continue with a blessing. There's a difference. But women, I don't think they're obligated because it's connected to time. Okay. What else?
So it is recited that text for a blessing at certain day or a certain point of the day to count these Omer days.
Okay. Beezrat Hashem, we still have time until we count. So that's on my plans. I'm planning to go over all of these things in a Seder, right? So we know exactly what page, how to say it, standing, sitting, what text to say, what is the minimum text to say. If you don't have time, if it's, I don't know, you fallen asleep, if you start reading all of the psukim, that's it, you're not going to get to it. And unfortunately, there are people like that, so you have to give them the minimum. People are so tired, they work so much, and they have to take care of the family, so you give them whatever they need, the minimum. Okay, what else? Any other questions?
Is it mandatory to get rid of all muktzeh products, noodles? Also, I heard that they can be hidden and sealed during Pesach.
No, it's not hidden. It says the prohibition is from seeing, from owning, and from eating. Right, so if it's still if it's hidden, if you cover it with a box or something, if you put it in your closet or something, so it's still you own it. That does not make any difference. So that's why there are two options. There are not three, but two options. One option is to get rid of it completely, so you don't have zero. Okay. Second, it's is it practical for all people? I would say very organized people, yes, but not so organized people, or like people who are not so rich, maybe not so practical, right? So the most practical is to sell to a non-Jew, right? All of the chametz, and you do it through the rabbi. There is special procedure, and actually some people do it through the internet. So and they find actually they do the match wherever they ask you where you live, and they find a rabbi in your area, and he's going to sell to non-Jew in your area, right? Because it simply makes sense. Nobody is going to buy something like they sell me, like for example, they say sell me something very cheap, but it's in Africa. Okay, maybe it's very cheap, but I'm not going to go there, even if it's very cheap. You understand? So the proper way is to sell to a person who is to this non-Jew that in your like vicinity, wherever area is. Okay. What else?
There was this is last question for me, but it's not for of mine. Can we cook our rice without washing it if we check it on a paper towel and there are no bugs?
No, one second. The problem is, are we talking about Pesach or no?
I guess.
So okay.
It's a question from one of our.
Okay. No problem. So the Ashkenazim don't eat rice on Pesach, but Sephardim they do eat rice on Pesach, and I think it's not about bugs. The bugs is not an issue. Usually there is no bugs in rice. Maybe, but it's not an issue. So we're looking for actually kernels of wheat or other five one of the 5 grains. So and the proper way is to check 3 times. They check 1 time, like put it in container, and 2nd time, 3rd time, and that's it. They can rest assured that it's checked, and they can cook the rice, no problem. It's again, it's Sephardi custom. Ashkenazic, they don't eat rice. Okay. Any other questions?
Rabbi,
Yes.
yes, I wanted to ask you, since I'm going through my conversion, am I allowed to sell my Chametz since I'm not Jewish yet?
Are you allowed to sell your chametz? You're allowed to sell your chametz. There is no problem whatsoever. And
Okay.
I would say it would be proper. So you're accustomed to all of these things. You understand?
Okay.
Because when the day comes, you must be like ready 100%. And when we say we desecrate something, like it must be intentional. So you know exactly what you're doing. For example, on Shabbos, you come to the light intentionally, not bump into it. Intentionally, turn on, turn off, and that's it. But
Okay.
one more thing, it's very, very important thing. Don't take any offense. Very, very important thing. So a non-Jew cannot be on a Seder of a Jew. Even if somebody in a process of conversion and have this family and they were heartbroken, and these crazy other people, crazy. I mean, they were so nice, so sweet, such a sweet people. They could not explain, and they had to go away somewhere, and they were cooking this story too much. They spent so much money going to the hotel, and because they didn't have a heart to say this couple that we cannot host you for Pesach, even though we've been hosting you for all year round. So I mean, people. I mean, I feel so bad for both of them. If you have respect to a person, just tell them like it is. That's it. So I mean, I'm willing to host you all of these days, but not to nights of Pesach. And it's actually proper not to go to any guest. Just open your Haggadah to concentrate on your family. You understand? And read it even by yourself when you have guests, when you have children. And it's always I have a friend that we learn with, and they said and he always asks me how Pesach. Okay, but he said, you know what happened? And he started. Of course, I give him 3 minutes of our learning time. What can you do? He said, kids spill wine, this and that, and the other kids this. Okay. You understand? So can somebody concentrate on your pace? No. So stay with your family, learn even by yourself. There is no problem. Just concentrate on Haggadah. That's the most important. Then visit somebody or cook 5 different dishes. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yes.
Rabbi, if you have done your cleaning and getting rid of all the Chametz, etc., do you have to wait to start using the Pesach dishes, or once you've cleaned, if you can you start by the weekend? Because waiting to the last day,
okay.
By myself, it'd be difficult to wait.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. That's what my wife said, exactly as you said. So she said on Shabbos you must eat bread on Shabbos. So go to get rid of everything before Shabbos. It's impossible. But after Shabbos, that's it. Yeah. So try to get rid of everything. Absolutely, that's a proper way, because you need to cook, as we said, for 3 days. So even you and you have to kosher it. So you cannot kosher things, right? Sink on or other things until you wash all of your dishes, or if you use paper towel. But still, it's possible that something would go to the sink or on the countertop and stuff like that. So yeah. So as soon as you finish with Chametz and it's proper, so people like to eat cereals. So for 3 days, don't eat cereal in the morning. Eat something else. I mean, there's so many different foods. Why you got stuck on cereal, right? So okay.
All right. Thank you, Rabbi.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Somebody else had a question?
So, Rabbi, excuse me. So after...
Could you speak closer to microphone? We cannot hear it. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead. Just a little louder. Sorry.
Alright, so to capture the pots, I didn't really get it. I don't know if it's by fire or is it by boiling water?
Sorry, I didn't get the question. Are you talking through the headphones or something?
Yes, I am. Let me take one.
Okay, please.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's much better. Thank you very much. Go ahead. Oh, he disconnected. Okay, he connected. Okay. Let's try one more time. So please go ahead.
All right, now you can hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hold on, now I can't hear you.
No, it's good. Go ahead.
No, I just can't hear the you speaking that well.
Okay, we're waiting for your question. That's why. Go ahead.
All right. So to capture the pots, right? I heard that's boiling water, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So okay. Because I hear all around people going crazy by new pots. I'm like, wait, there has to be something. I'm like, what happens if you can't really? You don't want you can't spend that much money. I don't know. But thank you for answering the question.
Okay, but as I said today, if you want to send you the link from Walmart, $80 for 20 pieces, everything that you need for Pesach, in one box, $80. How can you go wrong? Of course, you can kosher, as we said, there is no problem, but it's much more bother.
What I'm speaking about is a thing that I have a pot that makes rice and something that I just cook the meat with. That's what I mainly use. So
okay.
That's how I kasher with boiling water.
Yes, you can you can kasher with the boiling water, but you have to you need to have utensils, a pot that are bigger than this, so you can have a boiling water in that big pot and dip whatever your pot inside of that one. That's how.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and as we said, 2 seconds is enough. And if it's the first pot is not big enough, so you can do one side and then turn and do another side. There is no problem. Of course, it's if you can put everything at the same time, it's good. But if not, no problem. You can do side by side.
Perfect. And how long do you dip it in there for? What?
2 seconds, 3 seconds. That's enough.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
But make sure that it's boiling water. That's it. That's the main reason. Main thing. That's it. Especially, of course, as we said, if it's regular pots, it's one thing. But if it's something special, some special utensil, you can kosher. There's no problem. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. Any other questions? Any topic?
Rabbi, yes, I do have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Okay, so the shul that I attend to, they're having a community, like a Seder. They're having a Seder, community Seder. So, I mean, they haven't told me anything not to go, should go. I don't
because of this reason. So I said people do not know that they're scared to tell the people what to do. That's wrong. So that's why I'm telling all of us, that's what must be done. Don't go. As I said, if until the person goes through the conversion, so she should not go to this Seder. Go all other days, but not this communal one or to somebody's house. Okay, that's the law. I mean.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I have another question. Okay, so in my shul, right? Since people there know that I'm going through the process of conversion, and is it proper? Because sometimes I feel okay. Not that I feel okay. Is it proper for me to, let's say I'm walking someone home and I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. Like, I don't want them to walk up the stairs so much. So I'm like, okay, I'm there. Let me just press the elevator so we can go up there. Is it proper?
No,
But I'm like,
no. It's not proper. It's not. So people.
no, they don't tell me anything though. They don't tell me anything.
No. It's not. You see, they after you go through this conversion process, so they're going to treat you in their mind. In their mind, you present yourself as the image that I'm a different person. You understand? So even after you convert, they say, can you press the button for me? You understand? That's not proper. And so don't the sooner you stop this custom is better. Okay. And the proper, I'm not sure what floor they live in, but it's proper. We have here the whole community from the neighborhood is called Lower East Side. Lower East Side, where Moshe Feinstein, that's how you used to live. And I was there for Shabbaton. It's very, very interesting. Like in the end of the Manhattan, in the south part of the Manhattan, right? And it's facing the water, actually the Hudson River. Beautiful. Can you see the Statue of Liberty? So it's one second.
Okay.
So and it's a beautiful view. If you get like higher floors, it's beautiful view. But all Jews buy like up to 4th floor. That's it. So 2nd floor, the best. I mean, usually on the 1st floor you have lobby, laundry, but 2nd floor it's the best. It's Jewish floor. 3rd floor, yes. 4th, yes. 5th, that's it. It's out of the question. You understand? Because nobody uses an elevator. So elevator, even though according to some poskim it's allowed when somebody is sick, when somebody is weak, when the non-Jew is going to press the button, but most of the people, kosher people, do not use elevator unless it is a Shabbos elevator. What is Shabbos elevator? It's random. So as I once explained that we were staying in this hotel in Israel, in Yerushalayim actually, and it was kosher like Shabbos elevator. And it was so annoying. We stayed on the 4th floor. That's why we agreed on the 4th floor. And it went to the 9th, then on the 7th, then on the 2nd, then like random, until we got close to our floor. I said I would come if I start walking. I would be there like I don't know 20 minutes ago. You understand? That's a kosher elevator because it's random. You don't know when the door is closing, you don't know when it's open. It's all random. So that's a kosher elevator. But the one that you press button, it's not everybody agreed that you're allowed to use it. You understand? Unless somebody is sick.
Okay. There was a situation that I did run into where I got invited to a Shabbat dinner, and thank God, like I got there because when we got there, his food, was burnt. It was his oven was still on, and it was way into like cooking. So in that instance, am I allowed to, like shut up the oven because his oven was still on?
I mean, technically you're allowed, but try to ask them that they can get somebody neighbors from their neighbors and ask somebody else.
Okay, all right.
And
thank you
same,
so much.
you're welcome. I give you maybe a better example, right? So even some people say, so if baby does not know, so let the little, 1-2 years old, let them flip the switch. So one of the guests was walking out of the restaurant, then they turned the switch off, right? It's normal courtesy, right? But it was Shabbos, so they would take a baby, and baby would do that. And then the older kids would say, yeah, take the baby. And then this baby remember, and it's like in his mind that he can do it on Shabbos. Nobody can, but I'm a baby, I can. So and it gets stuck in a person's head, and it's not proper. It's not proper education. You understand? So if it's emergency, yes, but usually ask somebody else, please. There is no problem. Well, let them go to neighbor and ask. Okay. Why like next time they would be more careful. So the proper way, as we learn in the laws of Shabbos, so create for yourself a list, checklist, right? You do it on iPad or whatever in a paper, does not matter. So I have to turn on the slide for Shabbos. Okay, check. I have to set up the timers. Check. I have to set up my alarm clock. Check. Okay, and that's it. Otherwise, like how you would be organized to leave the stove open, like running for the whole Shabbos, like it's because the people are not organized, so they don't treat Shabbos correctly. So with respect. If it would be like their life would depend on it, they would not do it. They would not even think to turn off the oven. Understand? Because technically there is no risk. Right? If oven would run the whole Shabbos, there is no risk. Well, what is going to happen?
No, the food was in there.
So take out the food. There is no problem. If food is ready, take out the food, and that's it. Keep the oven running. There is no problem. You understand? So even if let's say you have a regular oven, let's say it's set on 300 degrees, 250. So for the whole Shabbos, it's going to keep 250 degrees. So if it gets up to that, it's going to shut off, then turn on, off. There is no problem. There is no danger. There is no life danger that you must turn off. You understand? So that's. So don't try not to put the people in situation that they should take advantage of you, because it's like putting stumbling block in front of the blind. Tell them that I said no.
All right, so okay. That's what I was saying. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, Rabbi. I also had that issue. I was learning with this rabbi also, and the rabbi said, "Don't let anyone. You have to act like a Jew from now that you're converting, and so you are not allowed to turn any lights, because that's what you're learning now, and they can know that you're not allowed to do that because you're acting like a Jew. Because when you convert, then what's going to happen? Exactly what you're saying. If they question you, say that your rabbi told you not to."
Exactly. So I always tell all my students. So if somebody asks question, doesn't matter. Rabbi with big head, with a small head, with a longer beard than mine. So my rabbi said that, and send them to me. Nobody ever, for all of these years, none of these clowns ever called me. Like if I have a question, so I had a question. So a student, former student, like another clown, and he told me nonsense. I'm not going to repeat, not going to waste everybody's time. So I said it's not possible. And that guy said he had the chutzpah call me, and I called him and asked the question. He did not have any answer because he made it up from the beginning to the end, whatever he told this person, like from the thin air. Understand? But you can always blame, not blame, but say that I said. So as you said, as you see, everything we learn from the book. It's not from my mind. So maybe I elaborate what it says in the book, but I never contradict the books. You understand? Maybe if there is a lenient opinion, like with this, bird's food, right? We said for sure it's not allowed for us to eat sunflower seeds, but CRC is Chicago Rabbinical Court, right? Council or something. They say you're allowed to give to your parents, so give to your parents. I mean, if there is such a lenient opinion that you're allowed to use, not for people, that would not do it for people, but for some birds, because maybe these birds are not going to eat different. I don't know, but we can go by that lenient opinion. But I know that this is a reliable Kosher company, like this God-fearing people. Understand? Okay, so I don't think it's from my head. I mean, if it's from my head, it means that I learned from somewhere, from Kosher books. Okay, go ahead. Any other questions? Any topic? Go ahead.
So, Rabbi, when my rabbi asked my husband, because my rabbi from the shul likes my husband to turn on the light. If this happens again, can I just tell him to call you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And said, why you can tell why don't you ask your son to do that? Ask your wife to do that and see the reaction.
Yeah.
And You understand? So it's not proper. I mean, these people, they have there is a word, chutzpah, this the brazenness. Like, why would you treat somebody? Somebody's trying to do the right thing. They go through the conversion, right? Whatever, they went through the conversion. Somebody is observing, not observing. It's irrelevant. It's absolutely irrelevant. So this Jew, for example, a Jew is a driver in Shabbos, and he came right to the show, say, yeah, to turn on air conditioner. Anyway, and everybody would say, anyway, he's going to come to his house, he's going to turn air conditioner, he's going to turn TV. It's his own business. I don't want to be, me personally, and nobody, none of the kosher people should be like a stumbling block of this person. You understand? He wants to sin, let him sin, but I don't want to be the reason why he's going to sin. You understand? That's I don't know. He's not rabbi. That's not what we do. That's not proper. Not proper to put people in that such a situation. It's like in my mind, it's disrespect of that person, and it's not good. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, go. You're welcome. But on the other hand, you have to like show the world that you're serious. That's what I do. I follow. They say, what are you, Orthodox? You Reform? I say I follow the Moshe Rabbeinu. I follow Shulchan Aruch. How about that? Shulchan Aruch is a good rabbi, right? So we don't go by your leniency. Some people say in this Chabad, like they had not whatever, I'm not going to mention. Like they have a parking lot. So, and I know one guy. I said, well, where are you going to mincha? He said, I started going to this Chabad house. I said, they have mincha? I said, yeah, some people come, some people don't come. They have a huge parking lot. Like, but the people don't have there is no daily minyan. They try to organize mincha. This Chabad house were there for 25 years. They never had mincha. Now they try to organize. They have huge parking lot. Why? Because everybody drives on Shabbos to that. And he gives everybody aliyas. He's not allowed. They take Sefer Torah, not allowed. There's no maybe him and maybe his 2 sons, 3 sons, I'm not sure. They're still living there. It's like there's no minyan. But this huge parking lot is there and somebody's paying. You understand? It's good food. As they told me, it's a good food. His wife is a good cook, Baruch Hashem, but they put a stumbling block in front of the people. So if you want to bring people closer, let them come on Sunday. Let them come on Wednesday night. Celebrate on Wednesday night, whatever celebrate. You want to teach them Torah, do it Wednesday night, but don't make other people come on Shabbos, and you have an active parking lot, and you keep quiet. You understand? That's a big issue in our generation. So people are trying to be politically correct, when Hashem, read the Torah and see Hashem is not politically correct. He's telling the truth. If you're going to follow this way, I'm going to kill you. I hate you, right? So, read the Jews that not Hashem said. If you're going to make fire on Shabbos, right? If you're not follow Shabbos, if you don't keep Shabbos, you should be executed, and your soul should be cut from this world and the world to come. So how this clown is allowing to these people to come by car to his Friday night? How is it possible? It's a good question. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So it's no questions. So thank you very much for joining us tonight. So tomorrow we're going to continue with Pesach, and we still have to go into Seder, but still I want to finish this material, and maybe we add some Seder tomorrow or day after tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, Beezrat Hashem. Thank you very much and good night. Thank you.